And, John, you sent me a text last night. Now, I don't know if this was –
Well, it wasn't drunken because I only had two and a half alcoholic drinks yesterday.
I don't know if you may have been because you said something that I was kind of alarmed by. And I look.
No, that's not the first time you've said that.
Not. I need to make this clear. We are not having the "Is Sunday a must-win game" conversation. That's not happening.
But
go ahead. I want you to tell me what you tell the people what you texted me yesterday about the sense of urgency for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I listened to Darius Slay yesterday and how important it is to him to play one more year and how he wants it to be with the Eagles. But it brought to my mind the urgency to win Super Bowl 59 because of the fact that we do have a great team. We do have the better team. And we both agree, and I think our listeners and fan base agree, there's a large window of opportunity here for the Eagles franchise to knock on the door of doing this in many years to come. But I do believe we will never be in a better position to do it than we are this year, this time, right now. I glanced at next year's schedule. I looked at who we have to try to re-sign. Milton Williams and Zach Baun. Do you bring back Darius Slay? What we have to do, we have to draft a replacement. We have to put our draft replacement now to reinforcing the offensive line. So to me, I look at it as we will never have as good an opportunity, even if we got back here next year, as good as we have this year.
You sound like an alarmist to me this morning.
I don't think that's alarmist. I think it's you meant ist. What you meant to say was, John, you sound like a realist.
No, dude.
It doesn't change my opinion on, I think they're winning Sunday night.
Right.
I believe we're winning. But I believe we should all have a sense of urgency to it because, this is the best opportunity.
I'm amazed by that because I get it. You have to start thinking about the future, right? If Darius Slay were to move on from the Eagles after this year. You mentioned the Lane Johnson replacement. You have to do that at some point, even though he already confirmed that he's going to be playing next season.
Right.
And we love that. But here's the deal. Quinyon Mitchell will get another year under his belt.
He will.
Jalen Carter, another year under his belt. Look at the growth that we saw from Jalen Carter year 1 to year 2. Jordan Davis, he's going to be on that fifth-year option season, right? These guys are getting better and better, these younger players. This team is here to stay, which is why there are people writing about dynasty. We're not having that conversation. You got to win first, and you got to win on Sunday. We're not having that conversation. But I don't think it's like, if it doesn't happen Sunday, it won't happen again in another year soon.
This is why we don't do the show before the show, because I was willing to make you a wager.
Okay.
And I'm willing to make a bold wager.
All right.
Like I'm willing to make I'll dye my hair blonde wager.
Wow, jeez.
That Saquon Barkley will never be able to recreate what he did this year.
Oh, I agree
next
with you.
year.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Why are we here? The main reason that this team is here is because Saquon Barkley had one of those transformational career seasons. And I'm not going to get into it now. It's something for the offseason, but I've done a ton of research on this. To expect a running back to even come close to what kind of production they gave us this year is a real – that's wishing and hoping that I'm not willing to do.
Well, okay, he goes from 2,000 yards to 1,600 yards.
I'm going to tell
and
you.
And Jalen Hurts is now a better thrower next year with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert.
Yes, it's Dallas Goedert back.
Well, for maybe another year or two, and then you bring in the replacement that you draft that the Eagles always do well with.
Last year of Goddard, last year of Lane Johnson potentially. I mean, there's a lot of window of opportunity that we're talking about here, and I do believe it's going to be a long window. But this team, you're going to replace Milton Williams, most likely, correct? You're going to replace Milton Williams.
I'll be honest. You talk about Milton Williams as if he's Jalen Carter sometimes. He's a very good player, good rotational guy.
Okay, Josh Sweat, are you replacing him?
Yeah, I can replace 8-7.
Is there a chance in your mind that they lose Milton Williams and Josh Sweat?
There's a possibility.
Okay, then I'm telling you right now, if you lose Milton Williams, you lose Josh Sweat, and then you potentially lose one other key player. Let's say it's Slay. Let's say it's Goddard, whatever. Your odds of making it back next year, where is it next year? San Fran. Your odds of making it to San Francisco are far less.
Okay.
Far less.
Dude, I think
not close.
It's amazing. You send that text last night. I read it again this morning. I'm like, man, my mind is not even close to being there. And look, it's hard to win in the NFL. We know that. But we're watching a team going for their third straight Super Bowl championship. in the Kansas City Chiefs. Like the Eagles, the NFC. Let's also talk about the NFC. NFC's not like the stacked conference.
It isn't.
But the division, I get it, the rise of Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. You want to talk about replacing players. They have a laundry list of players that they need to replace.
They do.
It's the Eagles' division still to own over the next couple of years.
And there are questions in Detroit about their coordinators. But I doubt that Detroit will be decimated by injury next year. I believe that Jordan Love and the Packers will be better from the experience that they gained this year. I'm telling you that I think the Chicago Bears will be better when Ben Johnson gets in there and starts messing around. I think the idea is where we're talking about you don't want to be confident, Philadelphia.
Right,
be confident.
right, absolutely.
I think part of that is realizing the opportunity that sits in front of you and that this crew, this team at this time needs to hoist a Lombardi. Because I am not confident that the stars will all align again, even though the 6 planets are going to align like perfectly Saturday night.
How about that one?
Nice. How about that one for you?
That's good, man.
I saw this on the news today as I'm getting dressed.
Johnny Astronomy, man.
6 planets. My very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas. Did you know that's how you know the planets and how they align.
I'm a PEMDAS guy.
That's how you align
for math.
And so it's Kate, please close the front gate softly. So it's like you bounce them there. Saturday night, the planets are aligning. I want them to align Sunday night for us.
So it's cosmic. What's up, guys? Andrew Salciunas, my man John Kincade. You better be following us along all week long, because starting Wednesday and through the rest of the week, we got you covered from Radio Row, Johnny.
And it's going to be great because if you follow on our YouTube channel and you like and you subscribe, you're going to get all the great interviews and some of the little fun stuff we're doing behind the scenes to take you along with us to Super Bowl 59.
Yeah, obviously you can watch the entire show from 6 to 10, but all those shorts that we'll be doing. John and I are going to be walking around Bourbon Street. John might be carrying me around Bourbon Street.
That could happen.
So we're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll bring it to you.
And be sure to subscribe and like on everything on YouTube, and check out our socials too. We got you covered.
Absolutely. Thanks.